everybody. You're listening to the When in Seoul podcast. This is Danny.
And this is Bobby.
Last episode, we talked about food in Korea, and we realized that there was so much more to talk about given that I am a fat ass. And I was like, look, we can't go to another topic until we finish talking about food.
Yeah, there's just too much to cover. And yeah, we can't talk only 30 minutes about it.
Yeah, so we're going to talk more about food, my favorite subject. Although I'm on a diet, but, you know.
Mm-hmm. It used to be my favorite subject, and then I became a vegan.
Poor Babo.
By the way, I'm not a vegan for environmental issues or for animal rights. Mm-hmm. Although I do, I'm starting to learn more about that. I became a vegan because of health reasons.
Yeah.
And so it's because I'm getting old and my body's not functioning as well as it used to.
You have gout too.
Yes, that's a big reason as
well. But I have gout too, but I'm not a quitter. so I'm going to continue eating animals. The topic that I wanted to talk about was delivery apps.
Yes, delivery apps and just delivery in general, right? Because Korea is amazing when it comes to delivery food.
Oh, dude, back in LA, the only places that would really deliver was either like pizza, maybe some mom and chop, like mom and pop. Did I say mom and chop?
Mom and chop.
Wow, Korea's messing me up. But the Chinese food or like the Thai food.
Thai food, Chinese food. In New York, it's definitely pizza, Chinese food. Yeah, that's about it.
But here, they deliver everything.
Yeah.
Everything. And it was amazing. Like, when I saw Korean dramas when I was in the States, one of my bucket lists when I first came to Korea was jjajangmyeon, which is the black bean noodles.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But in the dramas, they would always come in this like steel box container.
Yeah.
And so I remember I was staying with you.
It looks like they're carrying like hydrogen in there.
Yeah.
Plutonium.
Yeah.
It's
they should come in like the Breaking Bad, like chemical suits. But so I wanted to see that. Not necessarily just to eat the jjajangmyeon. I just wanted to see that.
Yeah.
So I remember when I first came out here, I was staying with you, Bobby.
Yeah.
And we ordered jjajangmyeon. And I was disappointed because the jjajangmyeon came, and it came in like one of those shower baskets.
In the plastic boxes.
Yeah, and I was like, what the heck? What is this? What happened to the steel box?
It's like a huge Tupperware box,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
And I was like kind of upset about that. So I remember eating the jjajangmyeon, and then I told you to call another place. And be like,
that's right.
And then I was like, please ask them if they have the steel box, because I'm not going to eat 3 bowls of jjajangmyeon today.
And in Korean, it came out like 죄송한데요. 배달할 때요. 박스로 와줘요. metal box.
Metal box.
I don't know. If you don't speak Korean, just know that I'm not speaking Korean.
So yeah, they came in a steel box.
Yeah.
And one of my random bucket list items was crossed off that day.
That not only that, if you don't know Korea and you haven't been here and have ordered food, delivery food, they deliver jjajangmyeon and other foods in actual plates
and bowls
and give you real silverware.
Yeah.
Which was when I first heard or saw that, it was just kind of a mind blow.
Yeah.
Which means they have to make 2 trips.
You have to come back and pick it up. Right.
So, I mean, I don't know. It's just such a trip to know that that's the way things are done. But really, they save on... They're saving the planet by doing that, I guess.
Yeah, because... And the thing is, it's like... so the idea is, if you don't finish your food, you better put it in some sort of Tupperware back home, because they're going to come pick it up. In a few hours, right? And so for a person like me, that's not a problem, because I always finish my food, because my mom always goes, think about the poor kids in Africa. And I was like, thinking about them doesn't really make me want to finish the food, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, thinking about them, like, they're not going to eat this jjajangmyeon. Like, how are they going to get there, right? But, so I would always finish it.
Yeah.
But there are times when you don't finish it.
Yeah.
Then you would have to put it in your own bowls or your own Tupperware.
Yeah.
And then put it in your fridge, right?
I normally do that. I save it. I save what I don't eat. And just make like with the leftovers, I'll make like a bokkeumbap with it or something.
Like a fried rice.
Heat it up and I'll eat it.
Yeah.
Or if I don't want it, like often I don't want the extra jampong soup. I tend to like just dump it. I've seen people do this, so they dump it in the toilet, and it just kind of oils up the toilet a little.
Yeah.
But
no, because they say, I mean, obviously the food waste here, like you know, in the States. We don't know what that means, but
there's
here...
no separation of trash.
Yeah. But here, you have to separate the food waste with the regular waste with the recyclable, like, plastic bottles and stuff like that,
Much better
right?
system.
Yeah.
Right.
So, you also told me about, like, dumping... Like, finally chop it, obviously, but dumping some of the food into the toilet instead of, like...
Yeah.
You know? But apparently, that's the go-to move for all... like single people that live by themselves.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's like
that's a go-to move.
Okay,
because I had a bunch of comedians over at my house, and we were eating ramyeon, and then we didn't finish. I mean, we finished all the noodles, but then there was some like
leftover
soup, that, you know. And I was like, and then the dude goes to the bathroom with my pot, and I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Dude, you don't know? This is what all bachelors do, right?" And
is it a bachelor thing? I thought it was just like everyone did that. My wife does it as well.
Yeah.
And so, but I back home, we would never do anything like that.
Why would you throw soup into a fucking toilet?
But if you think about it, it's like, it's just waste.
Yeah.
And like, it's nothing, it's no worse than your excrement. I mean, I started, we're talking on the food episode, we're talking about this, but it is a very resourceful way to get that out, you know, and something is more comforting than it going down the pyeonggi or the toilet than having to put it out in the trash. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's actually bad for the environment. I don't know. We should probably figure that out as well.
No, but back to the delivery.
Yeah,
stuff.
back to delivery.
Korea, you could deliver the other time they delivered already cooked pork belly to my house.
Not only that, while on the pork belly subject, you can order samgyeopsal.
The pork belly, yes.
And they bring you uncooked pork belly, but they'll bring you the
grill.
The grill.
Oh wow!
They'll bring you the sangchu, the what do you call it? The leaves, all the banchan, and I know this for a fact because we did it. And so my wife knew about it, and so we did that. We've done it also with dakbal,
chicken feet.
And you can cook it at home.
Yeah,
it's like they bring you the grill. You know,
that's so awesome.
There's a place that does. They bring you the shabu shabu.
Wow.
So you can do shabu shabu at home. They bring you everything. They bring you the soup. They bring you the pot with the two different kinds of broth.
Wow.
All the kogi, the meat, the vegetables, like, and it's all, and you're using like real utensils and plates, and so it's like bringing the kitchen, restaurant to your home. It's a step beyond delivery,
and you don't have to do any dishes.
You don't. I mean, they bring you often. They leave you the Tupperware that you could just throw it in there, or they give you a plastic bag where everything can just go in, and the size is perfect. They have it all like worked out. It's just like mind blowing. It's such a great way to live
to live
as a bachelor, especially It's a great place. Like even down to like McDonald's and Burger King, you can get delivered, and they have the apps on your phone.
Yeah,
like open a McDonald's app, and they'll tell you when it's going to be delivered, what time. They tell you if your food is being made. It's in process of being made. If it's already on the delivery bike and it's on its way, like it's amazing. It's incredibly efficient. I know that maybe in the States they have that for Domino's.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
But I feel like they've had that here for a while. Like
the thing about I remember when you told me that McDonald's delivers here, I was like, no way. I don't believe you, right? Now, the one thing for all Westerners to know is that they don't have all the same menu items back home.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they have the classics like Big Mac, Quarter Pounder,
but
Royale with cheese.
But I remember when you said that they deliver, I said, well, let's go get McDonald's delivered here then, bro.
Heck yeah.
And then so we looked at the site, and they had a thing called a prosperity burger.
Oh, yeah. I don't think they have that anymore, but maybe, it was like at the time.
Yeah. And so because I was poor, and you weren't doing so well either, I decided to order a prosperity burger. And I ate it. And it was not prosperous that whole year.
For those of you who are listening, Danny Cho used to be a stand-up comic, and
No, but the thing about but the thing is, like, for example, no Filet-O-Fish.
Yeah, that's so weird because in the U.S. The most popular item for Koreans at McDonald's is always the Filet-O-Fish. Yep. Our parents, they were all about the Filet-O-Fish.
They love the Filet-O-Fish.
And another thing that is mind-boggling that they don't have here is the hot mustard sauce. Yeah. It's just mind-blowing. That's like the go-to sauce for so many Koreans. If not the sweet and sour sauce.
But it's interesting, like McDonald's all over, like even in the States, right? Like depending on the area, they don't have certain things. Yeah. Like I grew up in East LA, like, and when I was a kid, they only had barbecue sauce and ketchup.
Actually, I remember also the K-Town McDonald's near Western and Wilshire. They didn't have the hot mustard either. Yeah. Come to think of it.
Yeah. Right, so it might be like a regional thing.
It is a regional thing because I went to school in New England, and I remember going up to Maine once, and they had the McLobster, which was basically a lobster roll, and I ordered it, and I remember the employee, the cashier, was just like kind of looked at me like there was a camera on her, and she like mouthed to me, "Get something." It's like that, as if it was bad.
That's cool. That's dope, man.
Yeah. So regional things like in Korea, they have the bulgogi burger, the Shanghai spice.
Oh yeah.
Oh, which is good.
That's a good one.
That was my go-to for quite a while.
I mean, they're not sponsors, but
they're not but they should sponsor. Jeez, oh my goodness. Yeah.
After I crapped on the prosperity burger.
They don't have the McRib. But I mean, in the States, a McRib is seasonal as well. Yes. It's like people chase it. Yeah. Like there are McRib websites dedicated to people that are fans of it. But they don't, they had something here one time that kind of was similar to it. I think it was some kind of like barbecue burger kind of thing. I don't know. But they have the bulgogi burger here. Which is good. Yeah, I like it.
I'm a fan. I mean, this is not related to delivery, but the last time I went to McDonald's here, it was during the Super Bowl. And here, the Super Bowl was early, right? It was in the morning time.
a.m., yeah.
So, I was at a viewing party, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy everybody at this viewing party some McDonald's breakfast. So I called my friends, how many people are there? They're like 30 people. I was like, wow, that's a lot of people. I shouldn't have been that nice. And so I ordered 30 like Egg McMuffin meals. Right? And then so after I ordered it, the person asked me, is this for here or to go? Right? I was the only one in the restaurant. So I was like looking around to see like, do you see anybody? Do you think I'm gonna eat? What do you think this is, lady? Right? Like I was like insulted. You know what I mean? Because I thought my diet was going well. I was losing weight.
I remember you telling me this. This was in Itaewon, right?
Yeah.
Itaewon, actually, I have a lot of funny stories about being in that one. I'm not surprised someone would ask you.
I was like, I'm the only one in this restaurant.
It's because they probably have seen the craziest people. Because they see a lot of foreigners come in there, like, at drunken times.
Yeah.
And they have to deal with a lot of stuff, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But that actually is probably the only McDonald's in all of Seoul that does not deliver.
Yeah.
I think they just... I heard a couple of stories about foreigners ordering McDonald's.
Yeah.
And they got banned.
Yeah, because they passed out and they wouldn't pick up.
Yeah.
So be sure when you order stuff here, don't pass out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you mess up once.
You screw it up for everyone else.
Yeah, so don't do that.
But maybe that's why they don't deliver in Itaewon.
Yeah.
And so when I got out of Itaewon and I had the option of ordering McDonald's, it's just, I actually order too much. And I've ordered Burger King as well.
Yeah.
You know, and so I used to mix it up. But honestly, if you're coming out to Korea or you're going to live here, just know that you can actually have anything delivered to you.
Yeah.
Any kind of food, any restaurant. They have services here called 해주세요, and like Food Fly, like all these different like
apps,
delivery places where you just tell them, let's say you like a specific place. I've had like a pro 간장게장,
which is like the raw marinated crab.
Yeah, soy sauce marinated crab, like from a place they don't deliver. The restaurant itself doesn't deliver, but they have other companies that will go and pick it up for you at a very minimal cost.
Okay,
and bring it to your house.
Yeah.
And so I've done that as well. And so you can literally get anything you want.
Yeah. I mean, here's a tip for all you McDonald's lovers. You know, like, if you want your food faster, this is coming from a true fat guy, right? And you want your food faster, but you're too lazy to go to McDonald's and get it. While you're ordering for delivery, always add an ice cream cone. Because they won't want it to melt. Right? So no matter wherever you are on the queue, you're going to be the first one they deliver it to.
That's smart. Actually.
Yeah, you know?
Especially on a summer day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really smart.
Because if they go in order, and let's say you're in the middle, your ice cream's done. You know what I mean?
If you're with a group of friends, you're just like, oh, by the way, everyone's getting an ice cream. There's no ifs, whats or buts or whatever.
Dude, I'll do it in the wintertime, but it's cold, bro. I was like, do you want this faster or not? Right? The other tip, if you're ordering, this is for any of the burger joints, is ask for your fries unsalted. Because they make the fries and they pre-salt them.
Oh, right? Yeah. So you might get the last of the bunch.
The soggy ones. So then that means that they'd have to make a fresh batch just for you. And if you ask them, if you want to be a little bit more of a diva about it and be like, I want my fries extra crispy, then they're going to have to bring it to you first again. Because if they just sit wherever inside the back of that bike, for a long time, it's just going to get soggy, right?
Good hack. Life hack.
Yeah. Those are food life hacks.
Good tips.
that I'm good at. And also, the thing about the other delivery apps, there's like one called Pedara Minjok. There's a Yogio. There's a lot of them, right? Sign up for all of them because you'll get deals on coupons. Like every other week, you'll see something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Okay.
So if you wanna be a little bit ghetto style, you know, you can sign up for 4 or 5 of them. It doesn't cost you money, right? And then boom. So I've been on the coupon hunt. You know, back home I don't even look at coupons. You know what I mean? I thought that was like poor people stuff. But now that I'm a poor person here, like coupons are great, man. I love them. You know.
Right.
Another hack. This is not delivery, but if you're gonna send anything,
send what?
like kind of like UPS. Like Even if it's not, if it's fragile, if you write fragile, they'll still chuck it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what you do is you write kimchi on the box.
Oh, really?
Because
if it breaks, it's gonna smell.
Stink up the whole storage, right? So just write kimchi on it, and they won't throw it and treat it like crap.
Here at When in Seoul, we like to better your life and make sure that you get your things on time and get pushed to the head of the queue.
Right, dude, sure. That's what it's all about. The other thing about the delivery stuff is that you don't have to be at your house, or you don't have to be at a 4-wall place.
Yeah, with this thing was a mind blow for me.
Yeah,
because the first time I went to like the Hangang Park with some Korean friends and had delivery food like brought to our picnic table, or not even our table, our
mat.
Yeah, our picnic mat.
Yeah,
like in the middle of the grassy area. Like we ordered delivery service.
Yeah,
and they brought our chicken, our jjajangmyeon, whatever it was, to us, and it was just amazing. Like it makes you feel so good that this exists. With that said, like pizza too. Yeah. Pizza's a big thing that I always, I often, well, before I became a vegan, like that was something I ordered on a weekly basis. And so, just know, actually, if you're coming to Korea for the first time, please be aware and have an open mind. Pizza in Korea, is not what you're used to. Yeah. Not to say that it's bad. It's interesting, and in my opinion, it's great. At first I was kind of a hater at first because
you're from New York and you're New Yorkers are pizza snobs.
New Yorkers are snobs when it comes to pizza, and like in Korea they have things with like sweet potato in the crust. They put mayonnaise on the pizza. They put like weird toppings that you would never associate with pizza. Corn. Yeah. And so, but I've gotten used to it. I actually really like it now. And there's just like so many different varieties of takeout pizza you can get here. Not to say that you can't get like New York style pizza. Now, I mean, it will, at least in the 7 years I've lived in Seoul, the pizza game has stepped up. Like you can get New York style pizza now, and pretty good New York style pizza. You can get Detroit style pizza, Chicago style pizza. I will say I have yet to have a great Chicago style pizza here, but the New York style pizzas, people are really stepping up their game. Yeah. So you can get something authentic, but you can get like a Mr. Pizza. Even Domino's has more Korean style pizzas, I would say, where you get the golden crust koguma, like sweet potato. Yeah. You know,
they put like potato wedges on as a topping. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Cheesy crust. Well, they have that back.
I'm not a fan of the pizza here yet.
You're not, okay.
I think it's because I haven't been here long enough, and then
maybe that's what it is. Yeah,
and so like, and the thing is, I've been on this no carb diet for a while.
Paleo diet.
Yeah, so I'm slowly breaking that because it's April, and April is when I'm going to start eating bread. And so I'm going to give it a try. But you know, when I think of pizza, and I think I'm still closed-minded about it, but you know, pizza needs to be a certain way to me. You know what I mean? And it hasn't been that. But what I tell myself is that when I eat Western food, I don't expect it to taste like back home. Okay. You know?
But you still have an open mind about it, right?
Yeah. I'll eat it. Yeah. You know? I mean, I'm a fat guy. I'll eat anything, right? But even like tacos, right? Yeah. I mean, my good friend is one of the owners of a big taco joint here, or taco franchise, I guess. And it's good, but it doesn't taste like street tacos back home. Yeah. You know, and so my brain always goes, you know what? I'm not going to expect it to be that.
Yeah, that's a big mistake when you're coming out here and trying stuff for the first time. It's a big mistake to compare things to what you're used to. Yeah, because you're in a different country, different region of the world where you're not everywhere has the same access to
ingredients.
Exactly, right. And so it's just all about what they can do, how creative they can be with what's available to them, and it's you know, it's grown on me. Yeah, and so I think that's why I do like Korean style pizza. But then, you know, but thank God there's also options for me to get more authentic things as well.
Right. Are there things you miss about like food back home that you can't get here, or you can't get a good version of that here?
I mean, the thing that I do miss the most, and whenever I go back to New York, the first thing I normally get when I'm back in New York is a bagel. Mm-hmm. You can get decent bagels here, but let's face it, you can't get like a New York style bagel here. And American style Chinese food.
Yes.
Like Chinese takeout.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't understand what I'm talking about. They're like, we have Chinese food here. Like, that's not. I'm not talking about authentic Chinese food. Mm-mm. I'm talking about Americanized, bastardized Chinese food,
like the General Tso's chicken, or that kind of stuff.
The stuff that is basically fake Chinese food. Mm-hmm. That it's very dear to me. Mm-hmm. Growing up in New York, it was a staple, and that even in California, I have yet to be able to find something that's comparable to what they have in New York. In Korea, apparently there's a few places that have tried, but because no one has come back with good enough reviews, I have yet to go. I've only gone to Panda Express. Like, I like Panda Express, actually.
In Korea?
No, I like it like even like in LA.
Yeah.
That's the closest I get to having that New York fake Chinese food.
Oh yeah, Panda Express is amazing.
I love Panda Express actually.
Yeah.
And they have it here. They have it in Myeongdong for sure, at the Lotte Baekajang.
Yeah, at the food court. I've been there.
And I've had it there.
Yeah.
But it's just the experience is different.
Yeah.
They don't do the half and half like rice and lo mein thing. They don't give you enough.
They don't give you enough.
It's expensive. It's like the price point is all different. It doesn't give you the same experience, so I haven't gone back.
And the orange chicken tastes like an orange flavored Starburst. It's not that good, right? It's like chewy and weird. But you know, the thing about we didn't mention about food is that the portions here are significantly smaller than back in the States.
Yeah, which is probably a good thing, but at first it's a little disappointing because you know, we're gluttonous by I guess by region. I guess we're like from
Americans are fat. We're saying,
when I first got here, I was like, oh man, what is this? So small.
Yeah.
But I've come to appreciate that where they actually portion it out to as much as you should be intaking. You shouldn't be overeating. You know, that's why in Seoul, I personally believe there are less people that are obese here, and you see less people that are obese. And I think that's a good thing. I think portion control is very important, and that we don't overfeed ourselves.
You know, the thing is, like I lost 15 kilos, so that's close to about 30 pounds.
Yeah. Since
I got here.
Yeah. And
now, when I see people that are bigger than me, I start judging them.
Okay.
I'll be like, yo, man, you're too big. Like how do you... It surprises me because, like, Korea, unless you, like, you have a car and you're super lazy, you have to walk everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just by nature, you have to do more exercise.
Yeah. Like,
you know?
I mean, in LA, people getting their car to go literally across the street.
I've done that.
Yeah.
I do that all the time.
And I used to do that as well.
Yeah.
And so for people that live in LA, it's like a very common occurrence. But for us, you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
You should be walking. In Korea, at least if you're taking public transportation, getting down to the subway is often a trip.
Yeah.
Because you got to go so deep into the earth. Often you're taking stairs, you're walking to the stairs. Lots of walking. That's very important. You yourself live in a building with no elevator, and so you're forced to. I mean, let's exercise.
Yeah.
And so, same here. I live in a building with an elevator.
Yeah.
I never use the elevator unless I have luggage with me.
Yeah.
You know, and so Korea is a good place to be active when. You don't have to be forced to be active. You're just kind of, it's just, it's not, you don't have to like schedule.
Yeah. I've been fat shaming everybody these days. You know what I mean? I'm like, look at you gross, like, and the thing was, I didn't know I was that fat until like I recently saw footage of me doing a show last July for it was like for Comedy Central Asia, and I saw the footage and I was like, how come no one told me? Like, what happened, yo?
Well, you know what? I mean, I will say I don't want to fat shame anyone because I know it's also a disease, and it's also something when you live with it so long, it's you can't help yourself. It's really difficult, to, especially when you come from America, where portion control is just out of hand. Yeah. So it's not a lot of people's personal fault. Although I do see that the case seems to be whenever anyone does visit here, they're worried that they're going to gain weight because there's so much good food and they're always eating a lot on their visit. And more often than not, I get people hitting me up when they're back home saying, I actually did not gain any weight. That's because when you're here, you're always on the move. You're always like walking more than you probably did back home. Yeah. And so,
but as a
portion control,
as a fat guy, here's my analogy is that, when you're normal size or whatever, I don't want to say skinny, but let's say you're skinnier and you're on this highway, right? And then there's a fork on the road that says, oh, you can be chubby. And so you take that right because it looks fun. Right, okay. Right. So then you get on Chubby Highway and you stay there for a long time, and you're like, "Yo, this is fun." You can eat all this great stuff. Look at all the restaurants in this area. And then you keep on going, and then it's gonna lead you to Fat Ass Road, right? But either that, or you have to take the detour to get back to Skinny Lane, right? So you're like, let's see how far this goes, baby, right? Because it's so fun. Yeah. But you realize that that detour, you have to get out your car and you have to actually climb up hills to get back to Skinny, right? And so for me, I was on Chubby Highway leading to Fat Ass Road for a long time, and coming here, it made me go, honestly, I didn't do much. There was not much of a change, except for the fact that I cut out soda. By the way, they got weird sodas here in Korea. Yeah. There's one called Makol. It tastes like barley tea soda. Yeah. It's like 보리차 soda. Yeah. Barley tea. Yeah. I can't get used to that one, I've had it too. Yeah. I think it's an acquired taste. I mean, clearly. Yeah. But like the food here, like Korean food isn't gross is not the right word, but you know what I mean? Like, Korean food doesn't feel fatty. For some reason, I feel like it's healthy. Yeah, I mean, overall, there's, I think it's, like, the banchan culture. Koreans in general get more vegetables in their diet. They also get more, what do you call it? Like, kimchi is actually good for you. Like, stuff like that. Probiotics. Probiotics. Yeah. It's good for your stomach. And so that preserved nature food is also a healthy thing. On the flip side, a lot of Koreans are unhealthy because of some of their habits of drinking. Yeah. Right? And like smoking. Soju and smoking. And, I mean, the air doesn't help. Yeah. Like the air quality here is something to be careful about. Wear your masks, especially when you have your warnings. Yeah. They warn you on the phone through safety warnings, and so it was so interesting because back home, like I would get those warnings on my phone if there was either a kidnapping, or some sort of fire or an earthquake. Right. Here I get it for the air quality is terrible today. You know what I mean? And one time, they were like, okay, today, public transportation is free. Yeah. And I went, whoa. Not only do you get a warning, this is like a coupon. I'm still a comic, baby. I did a callback. Yeah. Oh, the one thing about food, when you call, if you don't have apps and you're going to actually call a place, and you get these like menus and stuff like that, they usually give you a number, but when you type the call that phone number, it doesn't go through.
Oh, I learned this the hard way too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they give you a number which is like a 7 or 8 digit number. But they don't give you the area code, I guess would be the equivalent. And so, which in Korea is often 02. So, I had a really hard time in the beginning. I didn't know that. So I would call these numbers and think they were just disconnected and would give up on ordering delivery from those places.
Right.
And so often if you see that, just add a 02 to the beginning of that number and you'll get through. So
that's important, man, because I remember calling some random people and I was like, oh yeah, I want to order some jjajangmyeon, and they were like, what? Like, who are you? And the one thing I want, if you're ordering like Western food, like a burger joint or pizza, be prepared to be a little bit annoyed.
Misunderstood.
Yes, annoyed. Because it's kind of a chore to pronounce the food properly.
Yeah.
And the workers will not only not understand you, they'll look at you like you're the dumb one.
And what Danny means by be prepared to be annoyed is like be prepared to say things correctly in your own language.
Yeah, like, can I get a cheeseburger, please? And they'll be like, "There? A cheeseburger?" And I'll say it even slower.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, "There?"
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, "Oh." And then they'll look at you like you're dumb. And then go, "Haha, cheeseburger." Right?
Yeah.
You're like, "Oh."
That actually happened to me. I was at a loteria.
Yeah.
And they did not know what I was saying. 'Cause I was just saying it the way I knew it. I tried in Korean, cheeseburger 하나 주세요.
Right.
And the girl at the time was, or just the cashier was just like, huh? 네? It's like, a cheeseburger? Ah, cheeseburger.
Right.
Yeah. So, things like that.
Yeah, there's a fast food restaurant near my house. Like they specialize in like chicken sandwiches called Mom's Touch.
Yeah. Oh, I love Mom's Touch.
Mom's Touch is good. But they have, apparently their like signature menu item is called the thigh burger, as in the part of your leg, thigh burger, right? But I asked for it just like you, a thigh burger 하나 주세요. And they looked at me like I was asking them to defuse a bomb. They were like, what? like, oh no, right? And then I looked up and I was like, no way. So my body, my soul hurt butchering this English word just so that I you know what I mean? Like it went against my principles, you know? But I had to do it. And I said, Sai Bogo. Right? And they're like, oh. And I'm like, you know, like I was like, yo, they just don't care. like you know, they don't care about English here, you know?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I had the hardest time pronouncing Americano when I first got here. I still have a hard time. I have to slow it down.
Americano?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous because it's an Americano.
Yeah.
Come on. It's a derivative of American.
Yeah.
You know, they call Americano, I guess it's a Italian thing.
Yeah.
But come on.
Yeah.
Americano. Americano 주세요.
네?
아메리카노. 아메리카노 주세요.
진짜 그렇게 말했죠. Right? They'd be like, why didn't you say that earlier? Like, I hate you.
Okay. Well, anyway, I think that's all the time we have for this week.
Yeah.
There's so much more we could talk about food. And the more and more we talk about it, it makes me hungry. Even though I just
starving right now.
A few hours ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, we actually have a way for you to contact us.
Yes.
In the future, if you have any questions or comments, please email us
at peninsulapod@gmail.com.
Again, that's peninsula.
peninsulapod@gmail.com.
Yeah, and we'll be able to get back to you. And it'd be interesting if we do hear from someone. So please do hit us up.
Please. All right, guys. Thank you for listening.